What if I told you that your biggest fear isn't failure? It isn't the judgment you will receive from other people. It isn't visibility. And the reason that you are struggling to change is something way scarier. Your biggest fear is actually facing your reality. It's facing the truth of what already is, of what's already there. Think about it for a second. Why do we hesitate to put ourselves out there? Why do we hesitate to change? Why do we hesitate to grow? We tell ourselves it's because we're scared of what others will think, because we're scared that other people will reject us or that other people will judge us. But the truth is, we're not avoiding what will happen, we're avoiding what's already happening. And I'm gonna get into exactly what that means in this video, and of course, how to overcome it. If we haven't met yet, my name is Isabel, and on this channel, we talk all about embracing your weird in order to build a better brand, business, and life. So let's go. I saw a video recently on a YouTube channel called Ayanda Stood. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I'll link it in the description in case you want to see it. But it really made me rethink my fear of visibility when she said, you posting more on social media or stepping into more visibility in the rooms that you exist within, promoting your work, amplifying your voice, performing on stages, it's not going to make people judge you. It's going to highlight the people in your life who are already judging you. Like, my brain exploded for a second, and then I said, hang on, isn't this true for everything? Like, we want to dress differently, but we're scared of what our friends think, or we want to improve our mindset, but our best friend is a negative Nancy who thinks positivity is for losers. Or we want to be wealthy, but maybe our family thinks that people who are extremely wealthy only get there through corruption and, bad things. And so we stop ourselves from making those changes we want to make, because the hardest part about facing these fears that we have isn't the what will other people think. It is more personal than that. It's what will my mom think, or my dad, or my sister, or my best friend, or whoever is really close to you that you care about, right? It's not so much about the others in this like abstract form, but it's about the people who are important to you. And let's be real, this isn't only about judgment, it's about loss, right? It's about, will I lose these people, or am I risking these people leaving my life because they don't like my new reality, right? It comes back to those people, and I'm sure you can think of someone in the past who might have said something like this to you, where they're like, oh, you've changed. Oh, you're becoming a different person. Oh, you're not as, insert adjective here, as you used to be. Like, you're not as fun as you used to be. You're not as lighthearted as you used to be. And deep down, we know that some of the people in our life won't like the changes that we're making. And losing them sounds scary. It's terrifying because it forces us to ask questions like, have the people in my life actually ever accepted me? Or has their love and respect for me always been conditional to things that they approve of? And also, more importantly, am I playing small to keep everyone else comfortable? But the thing is, fear isn't a stop sign. It's more of a spotlight in the sense that it highlights what you're actually scared of if you choose to pay attention. So instead of asking, well, what if they judge me? You might ask, why am I okay keeping people in my life who don't accept me fully? What parts of myself am I maybe not accepting of that I feel it's okay for others to not accept me fully? Instead of fearing the loss of these people, you can focus on what do you gain when you make space for people who will accept you fully, who will celebrate who you are, who truly align with who you are. Because some people will leave, yes, it's inevitable, but the ones who stay are your people, and the ones who come in through these changes that you're making are probably going to be more aligned to who you actually are than the people currently in your life. And I know this is all easier said than done, right? I'm talking from the place of, how do I say this? I'm making this sound easier than it is because there's a lot of emotions tied into the relationships that we have. And sometimes there's people who are going to stick around. They're just not going to approve of what you do. And that's okay. I'm not telling you to just cut anyone out of your life who doesn't agree with every single thing you do. But I am saying we need to be cautious of the fact that not everyone in our lives wants us to grow and change in the way that we want to grow and change. And we need to choose ourselves first. We need to love ourselves enough to choose ourselves first. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, if you're enjoying this video, I would love to know in the comments if any of this is ringing true. If there's one person that came to mind that you think would judge you or is already judging you, because let's be honest, that's the reality, and you think you might be stopping changing from them. Now, I know not everyone is going to be comfortable with putting a name or putting, you know, like my mom or my dad or something like that in the comments. So if this is ringing true for you, just leave a star, an emoji. Just comment an emoji, any emoji, the one that you want, just to really help that fact sink in that you do have at least one person in your life that you can identify that you're scared of facing the reality of what they think about you. I know it sounds kind of silly to just comment an emoji, but that helps your brain really make this real. It becomes a concrete thing, which is why I'm telling you to do it. But let's get into like, yeah, okay, that sounds great, but how do I actually overcome this, right? So the first step, it's 3 steps, it's really easy. First step is identifying who you're afraid of losing, right? I already asked you this just a little bit before, but getting a little bit more into it, it might not only be who are you afraid of losing, it might be who makes you hesitate because you're scared of what they might say or think, or what kind of judgment are you most afraid of, okay? Write down their names, this is just for you, and then ask yourself, is my relationship with this person based on who I am or who they expect me to be? And if it is based on who they expect me to be, are those expectations a priority for me? Because here's the thing, some of you might have a parent who is like, oh, I want my child to be a doctor, and that's all they want to be. They're gonna be a doctor. Maybe you want to be a lawyer, right? Or an artist or something else entirely. So is that expectation a priority for you? Or are you going to face the reality of them being unhappy for not following their expectations and actually go follow what you want to do? Step number 2 is to start small. And I say this in like a bunch of videos. I always say, try small actions first. Start small. Start with 1 micro step. But truly the reason I always insist on this is because it's the easiest way to make change, because it is the change that your brain will resist the least. So for example, if you want to change the way you dress, maybe everyone around you dresses in neutral colors and you want to dress in like bright, bold colors. You might not have the courage to pick the brightest outfit ever and wear that to your next reunion with your friends, right? But you might have the courage to pick a bold earring or a bright colored shirt or I don't know, bold shoes or something, and wear that with a more neutral outfit. And then slowly start building up the courage to add a second brightly colored thing, and then a third, and then finally do your full outfit. If you're scared of posting a full-length video on YouTube like this one, try shorts first, or try a short 15-second video on TikTok or something. If you're afraid that your success might push people away, start openly sharing about your goals. Don't necessarily share your latest wins with them yet, because if they're criticizing that might sting more. But start talking about the things you'd like to do. See what their reaction is. The people who truly support you won't flinch at you wearing a brightly colored outfit or starting to post on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, or sharing your goals. The ones who flinch, the ones who react, their reaction tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? And step 3 is to accept that some people will leave, and that's okay. If being yourself makes someone leave, they were never really with you. And if you're becoming someone you like, that's more important than someone else liking you, liking a fake version of you, because it's not the real you. Growth can feel really lonely at first because the people who are currently in your life might go away. But that makes space to bring in the right people into your life because they are out there, but you can't find them if you're still surrounded by the other people. So let me ask you this. What is something that you've been avoiding, a change that you want to make that you've been avoiding making because you don't want to face the truth of your reality? And if you're brave, starting small, post the first action you're gonna take in the comment. Let's face it together. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. I make new videos like this every single Friday. So until then, stay wild, stay weird, and I'll see you in the next one.